Peno.
Cheers up, my boys.
Yes,
All right, guys, how y'all doing tonight? Welcome to the first ever episode of Ah Peno Podcast, coming to y'all straight from La Esquina. I'm one of your four hosts, that boy Clement.
What's up? How you doing? I'm your other host, Ramos.
Hey, it's your boy Leo. We gonna get shit popping. We'll get shit started. We making a dream come true. Let's get it going.
Hey, what's up, gang? It's your boy Isaac. You know, coming from you over here at La Esquina with my fellow host. And
Hey, before we get started, I just want to give a shout out to JT and Ray.
Yes, sir.
facts.
Shout
Shout out.
Yes,
They've
sir.
been doing business back there for
Man.
sure.
This is something we have been planning for some weeks now, and I'm glad to finally be sitting with these gentlemen and bringing this into fruition. So appreciate y'all coming here and taking y'all time to watch this tonight.
Yes, sir.
Hey, boys, World Cup.
yes, sir.
Battle on the corner.
We're done with the cold, man, of Russia, and now we're in with the heat of Qatar, man.
Golly.
It's gonna be something interesting for sure. What do you guys think about it being in Qatar? First of all, let's start with that.
Ooh.
Man, there's been a hella scandals, bro.
I mean,
Hella scandals.
and I don't know if you guys know about, how far this scandal's been going on for. This has been going on since, like, back then in 2010 and probably even before that, if I'm not mistaken. Because, y'all do know originally 2022 was supposed to be the year for the U.S.
Was it? I
Really?
did not know
Yeah,
that.
I was in the word.
It
I
was.
didn't know that.
It was because the bid. So even Russia, even back then in 2018, it was a scandal for Russia because, why Russia? When the other contender was England.
Oh shit.
Like you think football, England.
Shit's
So what is
getting
the backstory, Isaac? How did this happen? Why is it in Qatar in 2022?
So I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into the details because we all got limited times, but pretty much there was a huge scandal. People buying bids of votes. So like if CONCACAF had 5 votes, Qatar and Russia, the rumor was that they were paying off those votes so that CONCACAF would vote for them. And it's it sucks because right now we could have been already done with the World Cup. Right now we would probably been reviewing it because the World Cup would have been here in the U.S. during the summer, but instead we're gonna do it in Qatar. We had to wait even extra.
Dude.
But that's pretty much it. Like that scandal's been going on for over a decade.
Golly, man, in the setting, that shit's crazy, bro. The heat, I know it's affecting European players, bro. The European players are probably struggling
A
out
lot
right
of teams
now.
are gonna be suffering, bro. The heat.
I mean, it goes hand in hand because all these European teams, and not just European teams, you also got to talk about Asia because Asia is not always hot either. So, and North America. I mean, right now, what degrees are we in right now? We're freezing. We're freezing. So, I don't think that's a huge deal because a lot of these teams have been preparing for over a month now. Maybe we have some few players that were finishing off with their teams or whatnot, but overall the team already has like accommodations towards this weather.
Yes, sir.
Like I mean, Mexico was not playing in Mexico this past friendly against Sweden. They played in Spain, which is not much of a difference, but in terms of a different environment, yes.
We also have to keep in count that teams and players have been doing their season as well. So obviously the training camps, the practices, the condition is still there. They're professional, so I'm sure they all take it very formal and serious when it comes to things like this. Especially the World Cup is such a big event. It's a rare event once every 4 years, so we have to keep that in count. That's something I'm sure that all players keep in mind when they are with each team at the facilities.
Oh, man.
That's true. Hey, boys, I want to talk about something interesting. Yeah, I heard about Qatar hiring fake fans.
Dude.
heard that.
Oh, man, if that's true, golly, man, that's crazy.
I mean, I know you showed me a video and all that about like how it was England fans, but they didn't really look English, and a whole bunch of other fan bases. But I don't know, man. It is weird. I mean, I'm not saying it's not true. I'm not saying it's not true, but it is kind of a weird tactic to get it through. But yet again, we are talking about Qatar, a nation that previously did not have a soccer stadium. It wasn't really a soccer country. I mean, I think out of all the stadiums that there are right now, I think only one of them existed beforehand.
I think they had to build their own city for the World Cup.
Pretty
Something
much.
like that, yeah.
Do you guys?
I think they did.
Do you guys think it has to do with the money that is in the Middle Eastern, not just in Qatar, but also in other countries like, let's say, what, Dubai. There's a lot of countries with money. I don't know how the money gets there. I mean, obviously they have their ways. I'm sure there's probably has to do with the oil. I'm not trying to say that's a bad thing. You know, they have their ways of making the money. The royal families, a lot of how is it, hierarchies. A lot of families pass down their wealth through generations. So I guess that has something to do with it. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, when it comes to the Middle East, I mean, aside from the fact that we're barely getting off of a war, and honestly, it's still going on, but it's, I guess, lost its popularity through the media or whatnot. But I feel like it is a political attempt from the Middle East as a whole, because you also got to keep in mind, not every Middle Eastern person is aggressive or anything like that. I mean, I met multiple of them that are really chill people, but those bad rotten apples have messed up the tree. So that's why it has such a bad image. Like, they're saying all these things about them, wanting to make terrorist attacks and all that, and that's not true. Like, if you actually look at the religion of Islam, which is what they mostly preach, it's mostly about peace.
Yo, and have you seen
It's mostly
have
about
you
peace
seen
and
what
charity.
they're trying to like input right now? I think they're trying to ban alcohol. They're trying to like, I don't know. I guess they have
Bro,
certain dress codes.
They canceled beer, bro, like 2 days before the World Cup started.
Yeah, I think the royal family was the one that pushed that scenario. But
I mean, I feel like that situation was kind of already written itself, because this rumor has been going on for well over a year. It's just now they officially stated it. But in my opinion, I feel like, as a visitor of a host nation, you have to accommodate yourself to their culture.
You gotta
Because
respect.
I
you gotta
know.
Because at
respect
the end of the
culture,
day,
yeah.
The
they
Hispanics, man,
they
all that hurt
they are
them.
welcoming you into their country, whether you like it or not. Whether you say it's too hot or you don't like the rules or this and that. At the end of the day, you're just a tourist. You can easily leave if you don't like it. It's kind of like what people say about here in the U.S. If you don't like it, then leave. It's
Yeah,
the
that's
same
true.
thing
Yeah.
over there.
I think an example of that would be, per se, if we all have our places where we live, right? Our homes. If we were ever to have people over into our homes, we would respect and acknowledge and want people to act a certain manner. You know, we wouldn't. It's like they're coming to our home, same as the Qatar people. We're coming to Qatar. Every country's coming to Qatar. We have to respect their beliefs, their morals, and we just have to accommodate, like Isaac said.
Yes, sir. I
Yes,
mean,
sir.
it's respectful.
Yo, how many stadiums did they build? You know? Do y'all know now?
I don't know exactly how many.
Because the migrant workers, y'all heard about the migrant workers?
I did
They
hear
had to
about
bust their
that.
ass. They had to bust
bro,
their ass,
there's
bro,
been a
for the
couple
stadium.
deaths on that
A
too.
lot, bro.
It's
No one's talking about that, man. No one's talking about
see,
that.
that's
Behind the
where
scenes,
the
behind the
ugliness
scenes.
part comes in, and yeah, it sucks because keep this in mind. These stadiums have been under construction over the summer as well. And we already know how the heat is right now. Right now, it's cold season for them.
In the
Right now-
winter.
yeah, right now it's cold season. So back then, we were probably talking about well over 100 degrees working, and
Sure.
these people. I mean, I can only imagine them suffering from heat strokes, dehydration, and honestly overworking themselves. Because I mean, we've all worked in construction, and we know dang well that whenever the clock hits like 7 or 8, you're starting to feel it. You're already
Yeah, yeah.
feeling it. Like, your arms are like tired, your legs, you're done walking. You just want to go home and relax. Some of these people didn't have that chance. Some of these people are honestly just working and working and working, building these stadiums last minute, because Qatar, like I said, is not a football/soccer nation. So, with that being said, they had to build all these stadiums like that at a snap of a finger because they were hosting it. They won the bid. Whether people believe it's because of a scandal, because they paid off the bids, or they actually won it, it doesn't matter. They still didn't have any stadiums, so they had to build them.
So, do you guys know anything about how those you said they were migrant workers?
Migrant workers.
Do you guys know how they were treated, how they were paid? Do they have any benefits to the work they did, or do you guys are not?
From what I read, they were treated poorly, bro. Where they stayed, it was unsanitary. Like, Like I don't know where they stayed at exactly, but it was like unsafe and all that shit. Also, bro, they couldn't leave the country without permission.
No way.
That's crazy. Yeah, they couldn't. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true, but they couldn't leave the country. They couldn't leave Qatar without permission.
Damn, bro. Honestly, that's
But-
really tough. And
and the
respects to
salary-
those
the
people,
salary,
and
bro,
the families.
They promised
especially.
them a salary, but they never fulfilled that salary for them. You know what I'm saying?
It's
and that
tough,
shit,
man.
man,
It's really
nah.
tough.
I mean, it is what it is. I guess I don't want to say the system, but I guess every country has their certain way of working. I just hope that at the end of the day, they gave them benefits and there was some cons to their hard work and their hours of labor. So I want to say my respects to the people who all built the stadiums, and God bless you.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully those that did pass away, that they passed away in peace. Hopefully the families, they're dealing with it better than how they did when they got the news. Some of them probably don't even have the news. Some of them probably still think that they're working at the stadium right now. So hopefully they get that closure in. But it sucks because all this scandal about them buying bids, about the migrant workers, about the heat, all this negative stuff is overshadowing, in my opinion, it's overshadowing that we are literally on the verge of the greatest sports event in history. I mean, there's a reason why it's only 4 years, because it's that special. Yeah, the Super Bowl, it's
The
great.
most
I love
watched
football, but at the end of the day, I'm waiting 4 years to watch this World Cup, and I'm watching it every single game.
This is the real football.
Man, the next
Hell
World
yeah.
Cup, golly, it's gonna be an interesting one too.
Hey, but
Hey, what do y'all think about the rising stars right now? The World Cup's coming. All these new players are coming in. We already know Messi, Ronaldo
Oh,
might be the last.
all I gotta
World Cup.
say is Rodrigo, bro.
Rodrigo's
Quality.
with it, man.
Rodrigo.
There's a lot of quality players, and you know what I'm excited about? Every time there's a World Cup, there's always players that emerge from there. Like James, we have an example from James, who just out of nowhere started stunning out there, man. And he created a career literally after World Cup. I have a feeling we're gonna see a couple of players come up like that, and it's gonna be really interesting and exciting.
Oh yeah, most definitely, because especially this year's World Cup, there is a lot of youngsters with the potential of starting and keeping that spot secured for them. I mean, I don't want to point out the obvious ones like Mbappe and Rodrigo, Vinicius, like players that we've already known for the past 2 seasons that they got quality, they deserve to be on this team. But other players have also emerged in order to fulfill their spot for the national team.
Mm-hmm.
Some players like Jude Bellingham, like Musa from USA, Musiala from Germany as well, and I forgot how to pronounce his name, Mukoko or something like that.
Yeah, the German.
Yeah,
Yeah.
youngster, dude. That guy's younger than me. He's younger than me. He's like 17, 18, I think.
How old are you, Isaac?
I'm young.
Why didn't you make it, bro? Why didn't you make it, bro?
I don't know. I could ask y'all the same question.
Hey, can I say something? There's a lot of crazy talent, man. Crazy talent that just didn't make it to the World Cup. So much crazy talent. We can start with the
Haaland-
starting 11 that would easily go against literally any team right now.
Holland has to be the top of the list,
Bro,
bro.
Firmino.
Hey,
gosh,
I feel like
my
if y'all want to,
favorite favorito.
y'all trying to make a starting 11 starting from the goalkeeper.
Ooh, there's
I
a
think
couple, man.
we should add like debate two maybe 3 goalkeepers right now, and debate which one deserves to be a part of the Ah Peno Podcast. Unfortunately, not been in the World Cup 11.
I think. What do you think about the hair?
He's not in the World
He's
Cup,
not in the
man.
World-
I
he
was
didn't get
even
called up.
worried of that. Golly, man. He's definitely a top keeper, and I really hoped he would have been there, man. It's one of the keepers
That's
that
one
I
of
really
my-
look up to, really.
He's one of my favorite keepers for sure. Yeah, quality.
I'll throw another one in there. Y'all know the Milan goalkeeper, AC Milan goalkeeper?
Oh, the French.
What's his name?
Yeah,
French.
Maigan. Dude, he should be starting for the national team.
He's good, bro.
He helped out so much on Milan winning the Serie A and everything. Pretty sure he was voted the best goalkeeper of the last season for Milan. And, in my opinion, aside from Courtois, he was the best goalkeeper last season.
For real? That's what you think?
That's in my opinion, because I know you guys don't probably follow Serie A that much, but Milan is my Serie A team, so I watch their games a lot. And dude, when I tell you that this man comes in clutch, he comes in clutch. And for him not to even have a spot, like in my opinion, Areola, why do you have Areola in there? Mandanda he's old, he's ancient.
Talking about Italian football, we also got to take into account Italy is not in the World Cup, and they have a quality keeper as well, Donnarumma, a young great keeper who's not going to be in the World Cup as well.
That is true.
Verratti, oh my god, definitely one of the top midfielders in this era.
We'll get to Verratti, but right now let's focus on the goalkeeper. What goalkeeper do you guys think deserves that spot? So right now we have De Gea, Donnarumma, and Mayan.
We're talking about players that did not make the World Cup, right?
Yeah.
Their countries did not get into the World Cup.
We're doing the starting 11.
Either their countries didn't qualify, or they weren't selected, or maybe they had an injury.
How about we start by this, also to help us think of players as well. What countries did not qualify?
Off of the bat, the big one is Italy,
Colombia,
Chile,
Chile,
Norway,
Egypt.
Norway only because of Holland and Odegaard. Egypt was a surprising exit.
Salah quality. They consider him the Egyptian god in Egypt. So shout out to Mo Salah.
And in Liverpool, shout out the Reds. But yeah, I'm trying to think.
Hey, talking about goalkeepers, bro. Just 'cause we have the beautiful flag in the back. What do you think about Acevedo not being covered?
Bro.
That for me is a mistake by Tata Martino and from I guess the federation in general.
That's a big topic.
But at the end of the day, you can't deny the fact that Ochoa is the legend. You can't deny the fact that Talavera has always been there as the number 2 goalkeeper, and when he's put in goal, for the most part, he does perform. And Cota, in my opinion, has been the most underrated Mexican goalkeeper of all time for me. Because the things first of all, he, in my opinion, single-handedly carried Chivas' defense when Chivas won the Clausura or Apertura. I don't remember which one it was. But without Cota, that would have never happened. Same thing with Leon.
Dude, you got to take account. That boy Ochoa, I feel like what's helping him right now is that leadership, that experience. I feel like they're like, yo, this guy's had the pressure and he's dealt with it. I feel like he's always been shining. He's honestly known for the World Cup. Honestly, I feel like one of his best performances is the World Cup.
Ochoa in the World Cup, he's Neuer and Buffon mixed together.
Different breed.
It's a wild card, but he's gonna go off. I know he knows what's up. So it's gonna be an interesting one for sure. But what do y'all say about Chicharito and Vela not being in the World Cup?
Well, Vela, we already know. We already know Vela isn't really too keen on coming back.
But Vela can make a big difference in the national team, bro.
He can.
Vela,
but the thing is that he said it himself. He wants to give opportunities to the youngsters, which honestly has failed miserably. Let's be honest.
Yes, that's true.
We're bringing in the likes of Guardado, Moreno, Araujo, Ochoa.
No disrespect to any of those quality professional players, but
they were.
Well, I mean, yeah, but the thing is that if we're wanting to, because in my opinion, Mexico needs to revolutionize like the USA.
yes,
Yeah,
I
the
agree.
USA didn't make it to the last World Cup, but guess what? Right now, they are actually a dark horse in this tournament.
USA, yeah.
Whether you believe it or not, it is. It's true. In my honest opinion, well, we'll probably get more into this, but USA has the potential to even come out on top of their group.
So Vela coming back to Vela, he also just got done winning the MLS Cup with Los Angeles FC. Also, something really cool that I found interesting was when they won, they had Vela lift the trophy. They see Vela as a leader in that team and in the MLS. He's one of the best players in the MLS. No disrespect to Mexico, no disrespect to Tata, but I think Vela, Chicharito, 2 quality strikers in the MLS who should have been in the World Cup. They would have definitely, like Isaac said, revolutionized the game for our team because they have that killer instinct when it comes to being in front of goal and making plays and carrying the team behind their back.
And 2 players that have been to Europe and have balled out there, man. They've been doing their thing. They're known in Europe. They brought Mexico over there, man. So it's really cool, to see it on the maps. I really would have hoped Tata would have brought him in, but I guess he has a game plan. He's a really big coach. We don't know what's really going on behind the scenes, but I feel like he has a plan, and we have no other chance but to trust him, man.
A lot of people aren't trusting Mexico, but I have a feeling. We have a feeling they're gonna do good, bro.
So we have to trust the process.
The whole thing with Chicharito, I feel like Chicharito would be a great asset, not just because of the quality he has, because we know he's a poacher. He is the definition of a merchant, of a gold merchant. But what goes above all for me is the leadership, the symbolism. Exactly. This is kind of like how Rafa Marquez was back in, what was it, 2014?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Or no, it was probably 2018 as well, no?
Yes. Yeah.
Was it 18 or 14?
Last World Cup was.
Point is, his last World Cup, he was already old and everything, but he was that symbol of Mexico that you see Rafa Marquez and you feel proud.
Passion.
You feel that passion that he brings into the table. That's the same thing for Chicharito now.
The players around would acknowledge that. They would acknowledge that leadership and follow up.
Yeah. But also, how you guys are saying that, a lot of people are doubting Tata in Mexico right now. This was the same story in 2018. With Osorio. Everybody was doubting him, including myself. I'm not going to say that I wasn't, because I was. I definitely was. Osorio was making so many changes, but he came out with a game plan to beat Germany, and what did he do? He beat Germany.
1-0. El Chucky Lozano.
Yeah, that was the birth of El Chucky Lozano stardom.
That was a crazy game.
But with that being said, right now we don't know what's going to happen. That's the beauty of soccer. That's the beauty of football, because anything can happen at this point.
All I got to say is, if Mexico wins that first game, we're going to build in that fire, boys. I feel like they're going to go at it with Argentina. Argentina no se la va a ver fácil. Si ganamos el primer partido, we're going to go at it.
Argentina see as an easy opponent, bro. No.
I feel like we're going to get that momentum, and hopefully we go follow through, boys, because we need to get past that fifth game.
Hey, so,
it's about damn time.
So what happened to Marcelo Flores, bro?
In my opinion, he's not. I agree with Tata on the fact that he's not ready. He's not ready.
He's a baller, though.
He's a great player. Don't get me wrong, but he hasn't seen the senior minutes that's needed. Yeah, he's balled out with his age group and all that, but can he do that on consistency for the first team for Arsenal? Can he take the spot away from Saka, from Smith Rowe?
Yes,
I don't think so.
It's a close one. I feel like Mexico should take that. Since he was literally fighting to go to the U.S. or Mexico, I feel like Mexico should give him at least that chance since they took him in. So I feel like they should literally look upon him, try to make him a star, especially because he has that potential. So it'll be interesting, though.
Isn't there also a few other players that were left out that have the double nationality of Mexico and USA, like what was his name, Julian Araujo?
Yeah, Julian Araujo from LA Galaxy. Pepe was a very big shock in my opinion, because I feel like he was a very crucial part of USA's World Cup qualifying. But, like we said with Tata Martino, the U.S. manager probably has something in mind too, and Pepe wasn't part of that.
What about, guys, Diego Lainez, Santi Jimenez? What do we think about that?
Diego Lainez should have definitely gone, bro.
And I also agree that Santi Jimenez should have gone as well. Both of them deserved a spot. The problem with Lainez is that he doesn't really fit into Tata's tactics.
But if you watch the recent games, bro, where he as a sub, he changes the game.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't fit with the tactics. He brings something new to the table, but he doesn't fit into the tactics. And the thing is, Tata is a huge tactics person.
Okay.
If you don't fit into his tactics, he's not going to want you.
Let me ask you this, Isaac. So, what are Tata's tactics?
Tata's tactics are more of a passing route, while Lainez is more of a individual route. Tata likes to move that ball around, likes to have the ball at all time. I don't know if you guys remember with Atlanta United, that was the case. Most of the games that Atlanta United played were literally full of possession. We had the ball 70, 60% of the time. So Tata, in my opinion, his philosophy is possession, plain and simple. Linus is more of a direct player that is ready to pounce. Exactly. He's an explosive player that wants to dribble through the opponent, which isn't bad as a sub, like we said. It's a great sub, but that is not what Tata wants at the end of the day. At the end of the day, he wants somebody that is passing, somebody that is moving that ball around.
Okay, but let me say this. So y'all would like Santi and Diego Lainez, correct?
Yes.
But who would y'all take out the squad? Like, who would y'all exclude from
Alvarado.
the squad?
Alvarado.
Funes Mori, Alvarado, Henry Martin.
And this is the thing, guys.
there's a lot,
you
bro.
really can't take out Funes Mori.
Why not?
That's the thing.
No, en primer lugar, ese compa ni es
even
mexicano. Con todo
I'm-
respeto,
I'm-
Funes Mori.
Okay,
I'm
look,
asking. I'm
Why
asking.
you
y'all-
argue? Me voy a desesperar una chelita rápido.
No.
I'm gonna ask y'all. I'm gonna ask y'all this question because I honestly don't know. Funes Mori, is he starting for Monterrey still, or is he scoring often? If anything, the only person that you can have an argument with me about is Henry Martin because at least he's been one of the top scorers for America for the past few seasons.
I'm aware. Look, what I'm saying is, like, I think he's a good player, right? But what I'm saying is, if Tata did all that effort for him to be nationalized as a Mexican,
Tata didn't make that effort.
but he pulled
Funes
him
Mori
in.
made that effort.
Okay, but Tata was the one who brought him in, right? And if he, all right, this is literally a project for Funes Mori. He brought him in, right? He literally started him so many games. And for him to start all those games and not start all these youngsters and now bring on the youngsters and not him, who has literally been the game plan this whole time, I feel like they're going to be like, yo, so what's really going on? What is your game plan?
Leo.
His game plan would be destroyed right there.
Leo, I'll tell you this right now. Funes Mori is not the guy. He is
Yeah,
not the guy to
I'm
lead
really
that
aware.
to
I'm
lead that
literally
attack.
aware.
So
I-
why even take him if you can't? If I am the coach and I want what I want are players that can lead their positions.
Yes.
If I want a defender, I want a defender like Rafa Marquez that can lead that position.
Okay.
If I want a midfielder that can lead a position, I would take Guardado, which is why I respect that he took Guardado.
Chicharito.
Because he can lead
It's that
the
leadership.
attack.
Yeah.
Chicharito should be there.
Yeah.
Raul Jimenez is fine. But right
Alexis
now, Raul,
Vega. Alexis Vega.
being a monster. He's gonna be a
yes,
monster.
yes.
at the World Cup.
But what I'm talking about now is leadership.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Because
sir.
Raul Jimenez, yes, he has some leadership, not as much as Chicharito, but he has definitely more than Funes Mori.
yeah,
But the problem with Raul Jimenez, he's coming back from an injury right now. We don't even know if he's 100%.
And
And he hasn't really scored because of his
it's
injury.
gonna be wild if he
So
started.
how is he gonna come back, immediately go to the biggest stage of them all, the World Cup, representing Mexico? How are you gonna go in there and make a difference? It's gonna be
Exactly.
tough for him.
I agree. But I think coming back to that, we also have to take the somewhat accolades Raul Jimenez has done in the past. Per se, that goal of Chilena against who was it? Costa Rica, Panama. My fault. That helped Mexico qualify. I'm never gonna forget that moment. That was a great moment. And also, we have to take into account Santi and Diego Lainez both play European football, right?
Yeah.
And would we agree that European football?
Santi Jimenez is the top scorer. I don't know if he still currently is, but last time I checked, he was the top scorer of the Europa League. It's not the Champions League, but you're still talking about a big event over there in Europe.
Great quality football over there. And would we agree that, no disrespect to MLS, to Liga MX, to Liga Sudamericana, Liga do Brasil, all of these other leagues in South America and North America, but would we agree that the highest quality football played is
It's
always
in
going to
Europe.
be in Europe?
Of course, but it's literally a fact. It's literally a fact. The Champions League to begin with, all the big tournaments are over there, you know? Everybody that's literally the star players over there. The South American stars would all transfer all the way to Europe.
Well,
A Mexican's dream is to go to Europe. So we already know that's the top.
when
dog
it comes
over there.
to the stage, yes, the biggest stage is Europe. But when it actually comes to the quality of soccer / football, whatever you want to call it, I mean, you have to throw these things in there because it counts as a lot. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched that Copa Libertadores final between River Plate and Boca Juniors.
Those things get heated, my
They get
boy.
heated.
When I say
Passion right there,
that
man.
I've never seen a match more heated, I'm not lying, dude. Dude,
That's
like I remember
Yeah,
one
man.
time my idiot friend was trying to compare because he's Mexican. He was like, no, Chivas and America, it's more intense than Boca versus River. I was like, shut up, get out the door, leave. No, you cannot take the fact that River Plate versus Boca Juniors, in my opinion, aside from Galatasaray and Fenerbahce, is the most fierce rivalry.
Would you say it is more fierce than El Clásico in Spain between Barcelona and Real
hell
Madrid?
Yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Because over here at River Plate and Boca Juniors, they'll be talking about how 3 people died due to rocks thrown at them. And everybody just goes like, huh, it's less than last year's. That shit happens in El Clásico. Everybody's like, people are dead in front of Santiago Bernabéu. This is incredible. We had one person with an injured bone. This and that. Blah 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 blah. It's news for Clásico. It's not news for Boca and River Plate. That's when you know that shit is intense.
It's crazy how this sport can get to those extremes. Hopefully that calms down over the years though, because obviously it's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game, but we don't really want, none of us want people to die in these certain events. I understand the passion is there. People grow up watching these teams, have passion for these teams, love these teams. Pero compas, cálmense por favor, ya dejen de matarse.
Hey boys, going back to the World Cup, who do y'all think is gonna win the Golden Ball?
Is that
the best player of the tournament?
Best player of the tournament.
Okay. Best player of the tournament.
Yeah, it depends, bro. That's the thing. We have to know who's gonna win the World Cup. That's a big factor too. Yet again, maybe it's 'cause I don't know. It goes hand in hand.
I feel like it's hard for us to determine that right now. So I think the best thing that we could do is in that comment section, guys. I want to know who your Golden Ball favorite is. So, aka the best player of the tournament. Who your Golden Boot is, which is the top scorer, and Golden Glove, which is your best goalkeeper. Let me know who those 3 players are in your opinion down in the comments.
Yes, sir. Talk to us. What are y'all top 3 players? Who do y'all think is gonna strive up to be the best out there?
So we make this top 3 or should we do top 5?
Let's do top 3.
Let's do
top 3.
Top 3 players overall, or are we going back to the youngsters? What are we doing?
Top 3 youngsters, bro.
Top 3 youngsters. All right. I don't want to be basic and say the likes of Mbappe again, so I'm a throw in there De Qatar. In my opinion, should I don't know if I pronounced that right. I probably butchered it. Point is, he plays for Milan, plays for Belgium. Last season was one of the top scorers in the Belgian league. Doesn't sound like a big deal, but when you see the physique of this guy is 6'4", and he's not slow.
What position is he?
He's a striker.
Who does he play with again?
Milan.
Is he the Belgian Holland? Would you say that?
I wouldn't go as far to compare him as Holland, but kid has potential. He definitely has a lot of potential.
How old is he?
He's in his early 20s, if I'm not mistaken.
Is that one of your 3? Who are your other 2, Isaac?
I gotta go with. Let me think. Gotta throw Musa in there. USA gave Mexico a lot of trouble when they played.
Tell me about
he was that player that was just moving around, did not give a crap. Musa, I do know, is 19. So
and he plays for Valencia, correct?
Yes. Plays for Valencia. He's an incredible player, man. Definitely one to keep an eye out for.
Who's your third one? Let's see. Platícanos, cabrón. Platícanos.
Third one. Man, I gotta go with Saliba. Center back off of Arsenal. French.
Yeah.
He's a beast. He kept that Olympic Marseille center back position on locks. Nobody was gonna take that away from him. And right now, as he's playing, I don't see anybody taking it away from him at Arsenal. And that's saying a lot because, we know Arsenal has money to go get another defender or whatnot. But right now, he's shown that he's the right option. He's that guy. He's that guy to lead the future of Arsenal's defense.
Shout out to Arsenal. I think if they're going to win the Premier League, it's definitely going to be this season. So, y'all keep doing y'all's thing, man.
They stepped it up for real. They stepped it up, man.
All right, Leo. Top 3.
Yeah, I already know, man. Yo soy hincha del Barça. I gotta give it to Pedri and Gavi just to start off. You already know those youngsters, man. I love that tiki taka. I love the playing style. I love it, man. Saying that and having that said, I think Vinicius should also be in the topic, man. Vinicius is one of those players that, in one moment to another, golly, man, he can te puede vacunar.
Shout out to mis madridistas.
A la Madrid, a la
Madrid.
Madrid.
Had to give him that respect. But
Hey, just a little off topic. How was that last Clásico?
Coach, what
He's
we
asking
talking about?
because my compa Leo over here is a Barca fan.
Hey, but I'm in a table full of Madrid fans. This is wild. This is
You already
wild.
know, what's up.
Never would have
So
thought.
you already know that El Clásico edition is gonna be very interesting.
Platícanos, cabrón. ¿Qué dice?
Okay, look. Yo soy de Madrid, güey. So one of my top youngsters is Rodrigo.
Rodrigo's
Rodrigo,
definitely in the
verga.
conversation.
I feel like this World Cup he's gonna show, bro.
Lo
Eres de Madrid, no
lo
sabía que eras de
brasileño.
Madrid,
Ah,
güey.
joda bonito, viejo.
Ya dijimos, güey, pero quería decirlo otra vez.
So you said Rodrigo? First pick?
First pick is Rodrigo. Second, Gio Reyna, bro. Gio Reyna from USA.
that is a very good pick. I completely forgot about Gio Reyna.
Isn't his father Angel Reyna, or am I mistaken?
Don't
not
remember. Don't
You
remember.
know
I
Isaac?
believe so.
Mm-mm.
I believe so. His father did play professional soccer as well with the last name Reyna. I'm not sure if it was Angel Reyna, but yeah, he's a quality player for sure. Gio Reyna, quality player.
Yeah, for sure. My third pick is Musiala from Germany.
Yes, Musiala deserves recognition as well. Quality midfielder in that Bayern team.
Bro, I love the way he plays, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Musiala. All right, Clement?
He plays for Manchester United, right?
No, Bayern Munich.
Musiala?
Musiala.
What position was that?
You're talking about Malaysia. He's the
midfielder.
guy that
He's
plays.
a midfielder.
Malasia.
Okay, my three picks, I would have to say, first of all, Ansu Fati, going back to La Cantera of Barca. Because did he come from La Cantera or they buy him?
I believe he did.
So did Pedri and Gavi, right? Two of Leo's picks, they came from La Cantera de
I
Barcelona.
Don't know about Pedri,
Pedri, I think.
but Gavi did. For sure, Gavi.
Well,
But I don't know about Pedri.
that's crazy. Barcelona tiene muchos jugadores de calidad ahorita, a lot of quality, especially youngsters. They have promising future if they were to keep those players. I'm not sure they will. I don't know about all that, but they have a young team. They have young quality, but they're not doing very well in the season. But going back, I would say Ansu Fati for sure. He's a striker to look for in Spain, in my opinion, because Spain's going to have a good team, in my opinion. They're going to definitely be competing for the championship if they're able to manage and play well how they should. I'm sure they can. I'm sure they have a good coach. I'm sure they have good chemistry, good team. I would also say Saka from Arsenal. Great quality young player. I've seen him play recently with Arsenal, some games, some highlights, and he usually is a chance creator. He's very smart with the ball. He's very clinical when it comes to scoring goals. He always makes opportunities, helps the team out in many ways. My third pick would be Joao Felix. Joao Felix, he's a youngster. I saw him play in the highlights recently in their last friendly match that Portugal had. And he was there. All 90 minutes he was there. He was making plays. He was passing the ball. He was moving the ball around. He was being very smart with that ball. And having legends on his side like Pepe, like Ronaldo, and then also having Bruno Fernandes in that midfield with Renato Sanchez and Rafa Leao. Is that also a Portuguese player?
Yeah.
Quality from AC Milan. Definitely Joao Felix, player to look for in this World Cup for sure.
Hey, talking about Saka, you know what? A reason why I think he's gonna do good, bro. Wasn't he the one that missed that penalty in the Euros?
I mean, it was several of them. It was
But
Saka,
he was the last
Sancho, Rashford.
He was the last one, wasn't he?
Yes. I
Okay,
believe
so I think this time around in the World Cup, he's gonna try to, you know what I'm saying, like
redeem himself.
redeem
Yeah,
himself,
obviously.
bro. Like who wouldn't? You know what I'm saying?
With that being said, I feel like we should move on and give the predictions that we can kind of give. We can't really say who we think is going to be the winner of the World Cup because we kind of need to watch this. So
We need to see
I say let's start off with who do you guys think are going to come out of the group? So let's go with Group A, which I believe, well, for sure it's Qatar. It's going to be Qatar and Ecuador
Senegal and Netherlands.
yeah. So how do you guys think that that's going to plan out position-wise? Like, how y'all feel about Qatar?
Okay, Qatar
As a
is
team.
definitely a home field right there. So that's a huge advantage. You know the setting, they know everything. So it's going to be an interesting topic. That's one for sure. Netherlands, I see him coming out as a top post. So I don't know. It's going to be an interesting factor for sure. What do you think, Isaac?
I think that overall, I think this is an easy group to predict. I think it's going to be Netherlands first, Senegal in second.
Okay.
And then I think we all agree on that, do we?
Yeah. I mean, okay, look, Group B, we got England, Iran, USA, and Wales.
I'll just throw my prediction right now. And also my hot topic. USA is going to beat England. They are not going to top the group though. They're going to get a result against England. It's whether it's going to be a win or a tie, I don't know. But they are going to get a result out of England. But England is still going to come out of that group first, followed by USA.
I also agree with that. I believe USA and England will be the two that pass from that group due to USA having, in my opinion, one of the best youth development programs in the whole world right now. The way they manage the game and they have improved over the past few years is really good. So shout out to USA and England. I think they are the two that will come out of Group B.
Group B, England and USA for me.
England has a really good squad. I wonder what their starting squad is going to be.
Yeah.
I wonder who their captain's going to be as well. I wonder who their center backs, who their strikers. There's too many players that it really depends on the coach right there. You got center backs like Harry Maguire. We got center mids like Henderson that are like top leaders, but you already know.
Striker like Harry
they can
Kane.
go hand in hand. Yeah, there's too many critical players. They can go either way. So, but I do see England on top. USA, best of luck, man. I really see y'all going up there too.
What about Group C, guys? Who do you guys have coming out? We have Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland.
All right, it's going to be kind of the same story here with Group B, how it was with Group B. I think Argentina is going to top this group, but Mexico's going to try to. They have to get that result against Argentina, whether it be a tie even. But point is that they're going to have to perform. They're going to have to outperform Poland, who has a lethal striker in Lewandowski.
Bro, people are sleeping on Mexico, bro. A lot of people are sleeping on Mexico. I think they're gonna top the group. I think they're gonna top.
I agree with that. I believe Mexico is slept on, but international countries know when it comes to these games, Mexico is a feared opponent. We all know that.
I want to say, I love to hear it. I really do think Argentina's going to top it. Mexico's going to be right behind. Not by far. Not by far. Like I said, if they win that first game, I got to say. It's going to be a really close one. Di Maria is definitely one of those players that are really popping right now. He's really doing his thing. So it's going to be interesting. For Group D, we got France, Australia, Denmark, and Tunisia. So it's going to be really interesting for that. When I see France coming up top, the rest is going to be a wild card for me.
I feel like France and Denmark are going to top the group.
Okay. What about you, Glenn?
France, definitely, they're going to want to top the group. They are the holding champions of the World Cup right now. They are the champions of the world. Not to mention Mbappe not tied, but did the same record Pelé as being one of the first young players to win the World Cup. No one had done that before him besides Pelé. But we have to keep in mind la maldición de la Copa del Mundo. That every time a country wins a World Cup recently in the past 4 or 5 editions, they usually get knocked down in the group stage. Same thing that happened in Germany last World Cup. They lost in the group stage. So let's keep that in mind. But I do have France coming out with Denmark in that group.
Okay.
France number 1.
I'll flip it on you guys. I think Denmark is going to top that group, and France is going to come in second.
Hey, did y'all hear about that curse though? That whoever wins the World Cup, the next World Cup, they always end up failing.
Yeah, that's exactly what Glenn was saying, the maldición. But I don't think France they have too easy of a group to miss out. But Denmark is just one of those teams, man. Denmark is one of those teams that are going to surprise you. They are that underrated team with quality. Christian Eriksen, Poulsen, Kjaer, Schmeichel. They have quality all around that team. Okay, so good. I feel like that's going to be an interesting group to watch.
Okay, Group E, we got Spain, Costa Rica, Germany, and Japan.
Group of death, in my opinion.
Yeah. Costa Rica and Japan.
Great group.
Dude, Japan.
Japan go hard.
Japan
go hard, in my opinion.
Ah, man.
I don't know if they will top the group, though.
Japan has those special players like Kubo and Tomiyasu, but I don't think that's going to be enough for them to even compete in this group because Costa Rica, we already know what they're capable of. Back in 2014, them winning the way that they did.
Didn't they make it to semifinals?
Pretty much. But Germany and Spain, they're topping that group. I think Germany has a slighter advantage because they have more experience than this new Spain team. But it could go hand in hand. It could go either way.
What do you think?
Honestly, man, I love Spain right now. Spain is one of my favorite teams. They're youngsters, and they do have some veterans that are gonna like literally hold that leadership within. So with that being said, I do see Spain up top. Germany, man, I do see them going to second, but Costa Rica and Japan are nothing to sleep on, man. They're nothing to sleep on. We already know how World Cup goes, man. We have some outliers there, like Croatia, that I don't know where just came into the finals, man. They gave everybody a fight on like a battle, so it's gonna be interesting. What do you think, my boss?
Okay, guys. I would have to say Spain is also going to come out in first place. I agree with that. I love Spain's team. Like we mentioned earlier, Barca has 3-4 canteranos, Ansu Fati, Pedri, Gavi. I think they can make a big difference if they play with each other well. Plus, they all play together at Barcelona, so that's going to help. They also have players experience, like you said, Piqué, Busquets, a lot of great players.
Did Piqué get called up? He retired, didn't he?
He went to Cataluna.
He might have retired, to be honest. I'm not sure if he retired or not.
Yeah, I think he retired, man.
But shout out to Piqué and shout out to Shakira.
Yeah.
Hips don't lie.
You are.
And
Hey, man,
Spain, in my opinion, will come in first. Germany will come in second for sure. They have quality as well. Quality players from Bayern Munich, a lot of good quality, like Sané, like who else is in that team? Let's say, what other strikers they have on there?
Dude, they have Gnarly from Bayern.
Narby, yeah.
Gnarby,
Serge
that's pardon.
Narby.
Nabry.
Yes, Gnabry.
They got Nabry. They got Adeyemi. I believe that's how it's pronounced. Mokoko, like how we said previously. Musiala.
I like Costa Rica and Japan as well, but they don't have the base. In my opinion, they don't have that base to compete with.
To build
great
upon.
teams. Obviously, Costa Rica has Keylor Navas, one of the best keepers in history, who did win the 3P with Real Madrid. And they have Kubo. Japan has Kubo, who is a player to look out for, in my opinion. Young player.
So, what do y'all think about Group F?
Group F, it has last World Cups.
Belgium, Canada,
Croatia.
Morocco, and Croatia.
Yeah.
¿Cómo lo ven?
Canada is one of those teams that I wanna take them out of the equation, but I can't.
Okay.
Because players like Alphonso Davies and Buchanan, they're special.
Yeah.
They are
I agree.
special. They work. They do everything that's
They
needed for
give
their
that
team.
pressure.
That Canada
give
team
that
is
pressure.
bleeding for their team.
Not to mention, and this is only Canada's second World Cup ever. They are going to be one of the hungriest teams in this World Cup, in my opinion. They're going to want to win. They want it. It's their second World Cup ever. The last one was in 1986, and this is going to be the first World Cup they play in over 25 years.
To me, this Group F, I see it really even, man. I see Canada as the top dog. Is one of the toughest teams that Mexico went against over here. And Croatia is nothing to sleep on. Belgium, everybody knows that's the top dog of this group. But
Belgium,
will they flop?
no.
Will they flop? That's my question.
In my opinion, Belgium is going to be one of those teams that are going to flop. Maybe not here in this group stage, but they are going to flop. This team is aged. Players like Hazard are far off their prime. The only hope that these guys honestly have is the youngster De Klerk, see if he could step up in that striker position and perform, and De Bruyne. That's it. And Courtois. Aside from that,
all I gotta say is though, don't
Morocco,
sleep on that Hazard international.
They also have Tielemans is a really good player as well. Isn't Courtois their keeper?
Yes.
Let's not forget they made it to the semifinals last World Cup.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, they did make it
far.
far.
Let's not
they
forget
lost
that.
to Brazil, not mistaken, or who did they lose to? I think it might have been
France.
Brazil. Was
They
it
lost to
France?
France.
Can't remember.
Yeah, talking about Group F.
Yes.
Yes. We're moving on to Group G, guys. What I think?
Hey, y'all
Brazil,
forgot about
Serbia?
Morocco, man.
What, you think they top dogs? You think they gonna fight their
They got some
position?
special players. They got Hakimi, Bono,
Oh, they got Zayich.
Zayich.
Wait,
They
so
have.
we
They
didn't
definitely
even
have some
say-
quality,
guys,
I
man.
forgot about Zayich, but he's definitely.
We didn't
top
say
dog
who's
too.
coming in first, who's coming in second in Group F in y'all's opinion.
I said for me it was Belgium, and I want to say Canada right after. But Croatia and Morocco are definitely gonna give their battle. I see this the most even group out of everyone.
So you have the subcampeones, the second place team of last World Cup, getting out in group stage of this World Cup.
Yes.
Croatia's going to go in first place. Belgium in second. Barely beating Canada.
Canada's going to struggle, in my opinion. Canada, in my opinion, they don't have the experience to compete with the European quality teams yet, but I'm sure they will give a good fight. Although I do have Canada coming out with Belgium. Belgium in first place, Canada in second, in my opinion.
Yeah, Canada got nothing.
For me, might sound crazy, but I got Croatia and Canada.
Croatia and Canada. Okay.
I feel like Belgium,
Flop.
they're gonna choke. They're gonna choke.
Ah, shit, that's definitely
All right.
a different take.
Group G, guys. Brazil, the dominance of the World Cup right now. 5 World Cups. No joke about it. We got Cameroon, strong nation, known nation from Africa. Serbia, contender right there. They got some quality attackers. And Switzerland, who has a pretty good base team.
I don't see Brazil flopping on this one. What do you think, Isaac?
This Brazil is, it's weird. I want to say that they are going to win the World Cup, but at the same time, I feel like they're just gonna flop. It's not gonna be in this group stage. I know it's not gonna be in this group stage. This group is should be too easy for Brazil. If it doesn't end up being easy, then you guys are finally gonna see what I'm talking about me having that feeling that Brazil is gonna flop. Brazil should get easy 3 wins.
Yeah.
If they don't, it's gonna be one hell of a freaking group exit.
Brazil's attack is stacked.
Brazil got reserves that I'm pretty sure most of these national teams would love to have.
Yeah,
they would
obviously.
love to have some of these players that are in the reserves.
Their
Not even
bench.
substitutes, but reserves.
Their bench is a whole nother starting
That's
11.
how you know this Brazil team is definitely the top dog. It's one of their favorites. So.
For sure, one of the favorites in this World Cup.
I
So
think
if not the
so you have
favorite.
Brazil as up top, and who's your second, Isaac?
I'll have
Who's your
Serbia.
Serbia.
Serbia. They got quality strikers in Jovic, Mitrovic,
Yeah.
and they got also quality midfielders in Milinkovic, Savic. I think out of Serbia, Cameroon, and Switzerland, I feel like Serbia is going to be one of those teams that are going to pop up out of there. Don't think they're going to go far, but I do think they're going to get out of that group stage.
I would say this Brazil is probably the best Brazil we have seen since the lights of Ronaldo el Fenomeno, since Ronaldinho, since Lucio, since Dida, since that Joga Bonito team. This has to be the best Brazil we have seen in about 15 years, in my opinion.
I'm gonna agree with you.
I agree with that. Too.
I want to say Brazil's gotta say the top dogs here. They're the literally stacked team right now. So I'm gonna say what Isaac said. I see Brazil as a top dog, and then Serbia right after.
I agree.
I say Brazil and Serbia. Cause just imagine up top, Neymar and Vinicius,
Richarlison, Anthony, Rodrigo.
Haters, man.
Paqueta.
Crazy.
I feel like we could go all day with this, but me personally,
I miss Firmino, by the way.
I don't want to talk too much about Brazil because, like I said, I feel like they're going to flop. So let's go ahead and move to Group H.
Let's do that.
Group H.
You'll see.
Another group of death, in my opinion, with the likes of Ghana, Portugal, South Korea, and Uruguay.
Hey, for
Or
Group H,
Uruguay.
all I gotta say is Sui.
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 What do you mean by that,
I
Ramos?
think
Shout out to Speed. Cristiano Ronaldo, bro. Portugal.
it has for me. It's this goes also with Argentina with Messi, but it's Ronaldo's last World Cup, guys. It's his last World Cup. If his teammates truly love him, if they truly validate what he has done for his nation, like winning the Euros and being a dominant force in and out,
For over 20 years.
yeah,
Yes.
they got to give it their all. They got to. They have to.
Bernardo Silva did say they are playing as a team this World Cup for Cristiano Ronaldo.
And it's and it kind of seems fair because all the things that he's done for his nation. I mean, it goes a long way.
Yeah.
That being said, I feel like Portugal is going to top that group ahead of Uruguay, who is going to come in second due to goal differential.
Okay, there you go.
Because the other two teams are not teams to sleep on. Ghana has always been one of those teams. Don't know if you guys remember 2010 If it wasn't for Luis Suarez
Uruguay.
putting his hand in there, Ghana would have gone, in my opinion, to the semifinals.
I agree with that.
So, with that being said, Ghana is not to be slept on. South Korea,
Son.
Human Son. That's all I got to say. Such a special player who made iconic moments in the last World Cup.
Yes, sir.
Scoring against Germany, eliminating them, making a unity between Koreans and Mexicans.
That was
That
definitely a
golazo he
bomb.
scored on Ochoa was nice, but Mexico still got that W against South Korea.
Hey, for me, I got Portugal and Uruguay. Uruguay, I just gotta say my current favorite player, El Halcón Federico Valverde.
Bro, Valverde.
Bro,
All
a
I gotta
monster.
say is I'm gonna agree exactly with you. I have a big feeling Uruguay's gonna make it far. I'm gonna say that take right now. Uruguay is gonna have players that are gonna develop leadership skills that they haven't developed. I want to say
Thing is,
Valverde, like you
Bro,
said,
Valverde is so
Araujo.
versatile, bro. He could play anywhere.
Dude, they're gonna definitely carry this team, and I feel like they're gonna take down a big dog. Don't know who, but they're gonna take someone big. They have the capacity, they have the players, they have the experience. Suarez, Cavani, they have Goldin, they have players like Jimenez back there. They're all guiding up, so Uruguay is nothing to sleep on, and I want to say this: they're taking someone down.
Also,
It's gonna be
Uruguay,
interesting.
Uruguay have won a World Cup, haven't they?
They haven't.
They have.
They have.
When was
won
this?
the very first World Cup back in 1930.
Sheesh.
And if I'm not mistaken, I
can't
think
even
they won
remember that.
one other one.
92 years ago.
God,
92 years ago, almost a decade ago.
Well,
A century.
Like I said, I don't know if they won
Century,
any
my
other
fault.
ones, but that is the one that I know of.
How about you, Clement? Who you got?
I will say Uruguay is definitely the slept-on team in this World Cup. People are not mentioning them as much, but they have the quality to go, like Leo said, on a very long run and beat quality teams if they perform how they should. But they are definitely one of the underdogs. I have, though, Portugal coming out first place and Uruguay coming in behind them. Just because, like you guys said, Ronaldo's last World Cup. And that's what I think. Portugal first, Uruguay second. And talking about Ronaldo's last World Cup, guys, I don't know if you guys think we should wrap it up with this or with something else, but I would have to ask you guys, what do you guys think? Messi, Ronaldo, undoubtedly the two most iconic figures in football history, besides obviously Pelé and Maradona. What do you guys think? Ronaldo and Messi's last World Cup. What do you guys have to say about that?
I'm such a huge Messi fan.
Messi has the best team going into this World Cup.
I don't know about that one.
Yes, he does.
Yes, bro. Argentina. I hate to say it, but Argentina have a good team.
Portugal's
They don't
right
go
there.
Leo, you don't go undefeated 34 plus games. I don't know if they
35.
win anymore.
Who are you talking about,
35, there you go.
Argentina?
Yeah, Argentina as a whole.
But European, like Europe soccer and South
Leo.
American soccer are different though.
Leo.
They also just beat Brazil, right? Not too long ago.
I
Yeah.
agree. Argentina's in top dog, but I don't think Portugal's sway like too far off. I feel like they're going right there.
They
and then
have a more complete team than
Portugal.
Portugal does.
Alright.
Portugal, yes, they
I
have a
think
lot of quality. Don't get me wrong, but when it comes to every single position, Argentina's got it covered overall.
Oh, I don't know, man. I see a lot of players like Ruben Diaz, Cancelo. I see Bernardo Silva. I see Bruno. Bruno Fernandez.
Look, let me put you.
I
Let
see
me put it
Rodgers.
right here. Let
We
me put it
got
right
El-
here.
Oh,
Bernardo
bro.
Silva.
But yet again,
Leo,
that's what I'm saying. Like they're
Leo.
right there.
Who are you gonna put at left
Joao
back for
Cancelo.
Portugal?
I think it's Mendes. Mendes is really going. He's
Mendes
doing
is
good
inconsistent.
He's all right, but
He's
there's
still on the national
es lo
team.
que hay, es lo que hay, and I feel like he's doing the.
I'd
he's
rather
not the
take
bad job.
Acuna over Mendes.
You take Acuna.
I take Acuna.
All right, but you can't tell me the center mids for Portugal don't top Argentina's. Leo Paredes is good. The Pau is also good. But we have top dogs over here like Bernardo, and we also have Bruno. They're all
Bruno Fernandez has been slacking for the past few months.
Yes.
You
Don't
cannot say
sleep on
anything.
Bruno.
Bro, but
Bernardo, I'll respect. But Bruno, right now, he is not the answer. In my opinion, they should bench him and put in somebody like Ruben Neves.
You
All I gotta
cannot
say
bench
is-
Bruno Fernandez.
Why
No
you gonna
way.
bench
exactly.
Bruno Fernandez.
Tell me, what has he done for Man U recently?
That's the thing.
What has Man U
Ronaldo?
done for
Absolutely
itself?
nothing.
Yes.
What has Man U done for
Absolutely
itself?
nothing.
This is about the World Cup. This is not about Man
Clement.
U. This could be a whole nother hour long.
Clement, he hasn't done anything.
That's the
In
thing.
in the friendlies that they've
Okay.
played, he hasn't done much either. The only person in that midfield that's moving the ball around is Bernardo Silva.
Nah, it's gonna be interesting.
And whether or not
I
they're
don't know.
CDM, maybe
Bro.
Paulo.
We are all entitled
Danilo
to our
Pereira.
opinions.
Hey, but the World Cup could bring the best out of all the players, bro.
Anything can happen in the beautiful
anything
game.
can
All right,
happen.
all right. Speaking of the best, I had a little game in mind. don't know if you guys have ever played fantasy football with the draft.
Yeah.
And I think it's the best way to end this. 5v5 draft.
Do it.
Let's do it.
I guess.
How's this gonna work, Isaac?
All right, so this is how it's going to work. It's pretty simple. I'll have the first pick. Leo will have second. Ramos will have third. Clement will have fourth.
Are we starting with goalkeepers?
Start with whatever you want to start.
Okay.
Point is, you got to have one goalkeeper, 2 defensive midfielders or defenders, and then 3 attackers, 3 attacking midfielders.
So are we right now, in our opinions, deciding who we think will have the best World Cups?
Who you think is the best players that are in the World Cup?
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll start it off. I think it's only right to start this off with. Let's see. I'll go with Messi. Gotta go with Messi. I'm a Ronaldo fan, but Messi's got to be there.
Yeah. You know what? I would say Messi too, but I'm loving how De Bruyne is going, so I'm gonna go with De Bruyne. De Bruyne is definitely one of those midfielders that will change the game up like nothing.
For me, you already know I gotta choose Valverde.
Valverde.
I'm gonna have to go with Bruno Fernandes. He has a team.
Isaac, why you laughing, bro?
You can laugh, Isaac, but once the group stage is over and Bruno Fernandes and Cristiano Ronaldo
and Bruno Fernandes ends on the bench behind Ruben Neves, then yeah,
he's not gonna end on the bench.
Man. Only time will tell.
All right, Clement, who's your next pick?
All right, I'm gonna take it to the keepers, man. I'm gonna have to say Guillermo Ochoa. Ese compa nos va a ser un dios, con todo respeto al señor de arriba, but Ochoa va a ayudar a México mucho en este mundial. He's done it before and he will do it again.
Ramos.
Arriba Mexico.
Ramos.
Okay, I gotta choose Courtois.
So I guess you guys are both going for goalkeepers, all right?
Leonardo Zamudio. My bad if you didn't want to know your government name on here, but I already said it.
Ah Peno.
Hey, you're missing one part of it, but it doesn't necessarily, just keep this in mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be a goalkeeper. It can be a goalkeeper if you want to, but it's up to you.
All right. I'm gonna have to say Neymar.
Okay.
Neymar does
I'll
his thing with the national team. It's a symbolism right there.
You know, I'm surprised that this pick went down to me. I think I gotta take the GOAT, Ronaldo.
Yeah. You got the 2 goats, honestly. You can't go wrong with that.
Damn, Isaac, you stole one of my votes.
Hey, and I think for my next one, I gotta go with him. I gotta go with, in my opinion, one of the best defenders right now, currently speaking, Rudiger.
So, personally, I'm a fan favorite of this keeper, Mendy. I think he's gonna ball out, even though Sadio Mane's not gonna be around. I think my boy's gonna do his thing. He's gonna go hard.
Is Mendy from Senegal?
Yes.
He's from Senegal. Nice. It's gonna be a really interesting World Cup for them.
Ramos.
Okay, for defender, I gotta choose Hakimi.
I didn't say
Hakimi. All right.
Speed, bro. Speed for the defense. Yeah.
Hopefully the other 10 players on that field help him out, because that team doesn't look too strong.
Bro, all I need is Valverde, bro, on my team. That's it.
I'm talking about the other 10 on Hakimi's team.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I agree. Hakimi is definitely a quality young player.
What you think?
All right, guys.
You got the next 2
For defender, I'm going to have to go with one of Real Madrid's starting center backs right now, Militao. And he has a team to back him up in Brazil, for sure. I think Militao has to be one of the best center backs in the World Cup. Though? It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. He has Marquinhos and he has Thiago Silva, who, by the way, Thiago Silva's last World Cup, 38 years old. It's going to be hard to see Militao in the starting lineup, but I believe since he is in Madrid's team, which is the best team in Europe right now, as of now, currently, I think Militao should have a starting spot. Hala Madrid.
Fair enough.
Okay, for my striker, you already know I got to choose Mbappe.
Wait, does Clement have to go again?
Yes, Clement has to go.
And I think you have to go again. You go twice.
Clement, you have 1 attacker, 1 defender left for you to pick.
Talk to us, Clement. Talk to us.
To be honest, I think you guys are going to have to come back to me. To be honest, because you guys took some of my picks, and now I'm going to have to decide while you guys reveal some of your other picks.
We got time, man.
Well, but I don't. Yeah, but you guys can go ahead. Come on. I don't want to pause this for me to think. You guys can go ahead with you guys.
Brainstorm.
Like I said, Mbappe. Although I was gonna choose Benzema, but Benzema's out, bro.
Sadly, man.
Sadly.
The Ballon d'Or winner.
Yeah. But shout out to Benzema, but I gotta choose Mbappe.
All right.
So I want to say Ruben Diaz for this one. I think he's gonna hold it down with Portugal, especially as Cancelo as his right hand man. He's obviously been playing with him forever, so I think it's gonna be interesting for him.
Portugal, man. Portugal.
I have
They're looking
Portugal,
dangerous.
Even though I'm a Messi fan, I like to see it. Talk to us, Isaac.
You know, I kind of hate myself now because I used both of my attackers right off the bat, being all excited about choosing both goats. Because I just thought of one that would have been great. I'm not gonna say it because I know you guys are gonna use it against me. So I got goalkeeper and Rudiger, and goalkeeper and defenders.
Alexis Vega.
Defender. I guess goalkeeper. That's a very tough choice.
Cheche.
Hey,
Pelon.
Shout out to my boys Cheche and that boy Pelon.
Also,
bro.
Ochoa behind the scenes, JT and Ray.
JT and Ray.
Yeah.
Porterazos,
He
puro porterazo.
he used to be the GOAT keeper here in Roswell.
Damn, so he's not the GOAT anymore?
He still is.
He's one of the GOATs for sure.
In our opinion, he's a GOAT of Ah Peno. You feel me?
A lot of quality in Roswell coming to y'all soon.
Yeah, man, why am I overthinking this? Defender Van Dijk.
Yep.
You
I
took
Van
agree.
that.
Dijk.
You took
How do you
that from
see
me.
his team though? Well, you know, he does have quality players. He has what?
He has one of the best strikers in the world right now. De Jong.
Hey, when he was in
Barca.
in Barca, he was scoring.
He came in clutch.
He was
and-
scoring.
yeah, he came in clutch.
Hey, got my goalkeeper. Finally got my goalkeeper.
Platícanos, cabrón.
In my opinion, also one of the best goalkeepers on the international stage, Emiliano Martinez from Argentina.
You know
That's
what?
a good one.
I had nothing about him.
Wait, guys, what happened to Romero? Is he not with the international team anymore?
Cristian Romero
Yes.
or Sergio Romero?
Sergio Romero.
The
played
one
for
who
Man
played the
U?
last World Cup.
I think he retired from the international stage, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Leo, your final pick. It has to be a defender or defensive midfielder.
Defender. You know what? I'm a big fan of Casemiro too.
Ooh.
I love the hustle.
Casemiro.
I love the hustle, bro. Me gusta que le echen pinche leña a la verga. Que le echen con todo.
What's the name of Man U's coach? Ter Hagen? Ter Hagen? Come on, Ter Hagen. We need more Casemiro. We need more Ronaldo. Don't disrespect the goal, please. Put him in. We need them on the team. And if you guys don't want them, sell them. Put them in a team where actually give them playing time, please.
All right. What about you, Ramos? Hey, quick question. How do you consider Valverde? How do you guys consider Valverde? As an attacker or as a defender?
He can play it all. He's one of
I
the
know
most
he
versatile
can.
players in the
I
world.
consider him as a mid in my team.
Well, the thing is that what do you think? I mean, I think he should be more of an attacker because he hasn't been playing a lot on the right wing.
He's speed. He's
Like I
agile.
said,
He's
like I said, he
strong.
could play anywhere, bro. For me.
Attacker for sure. I put him in the attack.
He's
All right,
so
in that
good
case,
that-
Ramos, you got a defender or defensive mid that you need.
Defender, I choose Harry Maguire. Hell no.
Harry Maguire.
Nah, for me, it's a hard one, bro. Okay, I'm gonna choose a French player.
Tenemos a Varane, tenemos a Kimpembe.
Kimpembe,
Girl.
Kimpembe.
Isaac. Fuck. Is that your next pick or what?
He go hard for
No,
me. He
I
go
was
hard.
gonna
You got
say
your top 5 already, right?
I was gonna say Saliba, but you know it is what it is.
Te
Leme,
doy.
you got
2 picks, my boy.
All right. This is my last pick.
you
Two
got
picks?
2 picks. You could get a defender / defensive midfielder or an attacking midfielder / attacker.
Okay. I'm going to have to go with one that was mentioned earlier. Maybe you guys didn't hear it. But Alexis Vega. He will be one of Mexico's revelations in this World Cup. And I believe after this World Cup, sí, compa, lo voy a decir en español porque yo sé que usted habla español, Alexis. Después de este Mundial, yo creo que usted se va a ir a jugar a Europa. No sé si ya tiene contrato con otro equipo en México, pero Alexis Vega va a jugar un Mundial increíble. Y en este Mundial yo creo que va a ser una de las superestrellas de México. Así que échele ganas, compa, y arriba México y Alexis Vega. Puro México.
Vamos
la
con la
verga.
bestia, con cuidado con el bestia. Nah, güey. Gotta support my
No,
boy.
mis respetos a Vega.
Eso,
Mis
la
respetos
verga,
a Vega.
es una
Ha
Pinche,
verga.
sobresalido, güey.
pinche cabrón es
Hincha
chingón.
de las
Es un
Chivas.
chingón. ¿Cómo chingados?
Con
que no?
cuidado con mi compa.
All right.
es hincha
El
de las
nalgón
Chivas,
Vega,
eh.
güey.
Guáchale,
All right,
cabrón,
Clemen.
Vega, sí, eh.
Clemen, last pick has to be a defender / defensive midfielder.
Damn, okay. Me la ponen difícil, pero yo creo que what's his name? Diago Dalot de Portugal.
He's good, bro.
Right back, Diago
Forgot
Dalot.
about him.
I think he will play a very well World Cup with Portugal. Again, I think Portugal are one of
In
the
my
favorites.
opinion, the only bright side to that Man U team, to be honest.
Yeah.
Quality player.
This is wild, man. I feel like some players that normally play bad for their club teams are gonna pop off in their national teams.
I believe it's different
Es
when it comes to countries.
diferente,
Alright,
yeah, sí.
That being
ambiente.
said, want to know in the comment section who do you guys think is going to win? Glemes team consists of in goalkeeper Ochoa, defense Dalot and Militao. In the attack, I just want to say Vega because Bruno Fernandes ain't going to do anything.
No, Bruno Fernandes.
Bruno
Don't listen to
Fernandes,
this
come
man.
on,
Don't
bro.
listen to this man.
Bruno Fernandes.
You're
and Vega.
great. You're a great player.
Ramos has in goal Courtois, great pick. That was my first goalkeeper option, but he took it. Defense, he has Kimpembe and Hakimi, both PSG players, know each other well. Great. This man loves PSG and Real Madrid because he got in the attack. He has Valverde and Mbappe.
Shout out to them, bro. Shit.
Y'all still need to win a Champions League though. PSG, come on. All that money being put in y'all. Come
That's
on.
what I'm saying, bro.
Okay.
I don't know how to.
That's a discussion for another day. Leo in goal has Edouard Mendy, great keeper for Chelsea. In the defense, he has Ruben Diaz, fabulous defender.
Shout out Man City.
Casemiro.
He
Shout
gonna
out
lose
Pep
too.
Guardiola.
And Casemiro, fabulous defensive midfielder as well. In the attack, he has a dangerous attack with the creativity of De Bruyne and also Neymar with that fluent football of his.
I think Neymar's going to.
And then, in my opinion, I mean, this is just me, but I think I got the best team overall. I got Emiliano Martinez starting off in goal. Great goalkeeper. Came in clutch for Argentina whenever it needed to. Defense, I got the two best defenders in the world, in my opinion, Rudiger and Van Dijk.
They're top dogs right now.
And up top, I got the two goats. I got Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Don't know how you guys let me have that, but
You stole our picks. It's okay though. It's okay. We had a few extra there around there.
I did
Alexis
not steal.
Vega,
They just
con cuidado,
left them out
con
in the open. I just went to go pick up.
Okay, guys. So Messi and Ronaldo. What do y'all think? We'll finish up with this. Do you guys think Argentina and Portugal have a chance at winning this World Cup?
All I gotta
Or should we
say,
leave this for another day?
dude, if the final is Argentina and Portugal,
Can you imagine? Can you imagine?
did y'all see that picture?
Money.
They posted?
Greatest
Y'all see
The
that
chest,
picture?
the
Yeah.
chest.
the chess
Yeah.
post. That's
That
it.
is the picture
Viral.
of the
That's the
decade.
legendary pick right there, bro.
It is. It's very legendary. But with that being said, I think we definitely had a great talk this time, guys.
Yes, sir.
It was
Boys,
awesome.
I
It was
love to
awesome.
hear it.
It was awesome to have this podcast. Great way to start, in my opinion. Hopefully, this is gonna pop off how we expect it to be, and we're gonna keep on growing from here. Right now, we're here in La Esquina, but next time we're gonna be in La Esquina over there in Rome, Italy.
Yes, sir. This is raw.
For
This is
sure.
raw
Yeah,
right
yeah,
here.
yeah.
I gotta
We're
say.
talking about-
We're manifesting it, bro.
Cuidado.
We're manifesting it.
And then
Gonna
I'm
be
gonna
interesting.
have a freaking servant named Pierre that I'm gonna tell this motherfucker to go get me a freaking Dos Equis hammer.
No, we don't. We're not gonna have servants, guys.
Yeah,
That don't. I mean, we're gonna have people who help us, but no servants. We're not gonna exploit our servants either.
Oh,
like
yeah.
like Qatar did their workers who
Oh yeah,
created
no,
their
most definitely.
stadiums.
The thing is, we're gonna have the money to give them the salary that they deserve. It's not gonna be something cheap. Hell no, because
Primero Dios, primero Dios.
to be
Hell yeah.
to be a servant, it takes a lot. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of you giving yourself to whoever your quote unquote boss is.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you gotta be respectful with it. Pay them. Say thank you. Say thank you. Say please. Use those words, man. Our parents taught us, to respect.
Doesn't hurt to be good to people, guys.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Makes you a better person. Makes you feel better.
And with that message, I think
Always
it's
be
gonna
kind.
be. I think it's gonna be a good message to end off on. So it's been your host, Isaac.
It's your boy Leo.
Your boy Ramos.
This boy Cleme and
And this
Cheers
is
up.
Ah Peno
Peno
Podcast, my
Cheers,
boys.
sir.